She lived life the way she wanted to and made her dreams come true.
Hello, beautiful being. I'm Trini. Welcome to In Her Dreams. This is a pick a card reading, and I'm very excited about it because we're going to delve into the progress that you're making regarding your healing path and your shadow work. So there are a million ways that we could describe shadow work. The way I describe it is it's the healing work that we do that is the most challenging. It puts us to the test. And with these lessons of embracing our shadows, those parts of us that we've been taught by society, by family, by whoever, that, oh, this about you is unlovable, or that about you is undesirable. And so we start to believe these things, these lies about ourselves. And when we embrace our shadows, we're basically saying, I don't care what society has to say about me. I don't care about what labels have been slapped on me and assigned to me. I'm going to create my own path. So this is all about shadow work and accepting our true selves. So that's what we're going to focus on. And I really wanted to do this because I feel like shadow work, when you're doing that deep healing, it can be very easy to get discouraged. And so I feel like, it's always the case where you're making so much more progress than what you really think. Sometimes you might discredit yourself or not give yourself all of the praise that you deserve. So this is an opportunity to sort of reflect on your path and to see just what an amazing job you're doing so that you can continue on your path of healing. Now, please keep in mind that these readings are general, so take what resonates. We're going to take a look at your shadow work as it relates to your overall energy, your chakras. A love message might come through, okay, as far as shadow work and love energy. But I'm going to keep that open. We'll see what comes through. And I'm also going to lay a couple of cards to see where you've been with your progress and where you're going, okay? And then I'm going to close with this deck, which I love, which is my spirit animal deck. I find that the energy of this deck is just always so uplifting, and it's so inspiring, and it motivates you to get outside and connect with nature, which is so healing, okay? So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to go ahead and put up the screen for you to select your group. And once you've selected your group, I will see you at your reading. Close your eyes and take a deep, cleansing breath. When you open your eyes, see which group you're most drawn to. If you need to, you can pause the video, but don't overthink it. Just go with what you feel. When you're ready, I'll see you at your reading. Hello, group one. All right, so the first thing that I want to do is mention your crystal. You selected the group with pyrite, and pyrite is a very protective crystal. It has a very high consistency of iron, which is very heavy. And because it's so heavy, spirits don't like it because spirits want to ascend. No matter how low they are right now, they all want to ascend and return to their source of divine love. So they avoid pyrite. So when you place a cluster or whatever cut of pyrite you have around you, essentially what you're doing is you're shielding your energy from all of the low vibrations, okay? Because they're not going to want to be around that heavy energy. So this lets me know that you are doing this not just necessarily with a crystal, but you're doing this on a very deep level where you're beginning to reflect more and more and more on the past experiences that you've had, the traumas that you've suffered, and you're reflecting to a point that's taking you to a place of wisdom. because you're saying, okay, this didn't work for me, so I'm going to try this. And so you've tried multiple ways of coming to a deeper understanding of yourself in many different situations. I see you as a seeker. You're always seeking your truth. You're always seeking a better way for yourself. And a part of that is that you've been protecting yourself energetically. And so sometimes this is just how you communicate with people, how much of your energy you're willing to put out there and make accessible to people, okay? So you're really shielding your energy, and that's a wonderful thing, okay? That's a wonderful thing to do that, especially from the perspective of reflecting on the past and learning from it, okay? You know what to do now in situations that you didn't know what to do then, okay? So it's all about progress. All right, you've got power of attraction. So I feel like there is a lot of shadow work that you've been doing regarding your love experiences. I feel like you have felt sort of, you know, it's so funny. I love the movie Pretty Woman, and she says to the character, she says, Julia Roberts, she says that she was a bum magnet. She felt like she was a bum magnet. And I know that in my past, I felt like that too, you know. It's like, oh, that's a good term, because sometimes you just feel like you attract the wrong person. And there's this point where you reach this point of frustration where you're like, what is it? Like, what am I doing where I'm attracting this type of person or these types of people? And so what happens then is you start looking at yourself and you say, well, what energy am I radiating? What messages am I sending in the words that I'm saying about myself? Am I showing people that, hey, I love me and I'm going to put myself first, not just in what I say, but in what I do. And so I feel like you are on a path of attracting better quality people who are much more suitable for you and much more, you know, it's a more beneficial connection that you'll share because you're coming from a place of love for yourself now. And they're seeing that, okay? But that's a part of your path. Let's see how this is impacting your chakras. Okay, you've got 2 cards. Oh, self-expression. Yeah, that throat chakra, baby. Yes. So you're saying what you want to say, and you're tired of holding back. I feel like, you know, this could go back to childhood where you were taught to either think very carefully about what you say to the point of such self-criticism where you're like, oh, now I'm not even going to do it. You know, you may have been afraid to speak up for yourself in the home that you grew up in. And so as an adult, what is it like? Do you just magically learn these skills that you weren't prepared for? No, that's something that you have to learn because it wasn't taught. You know, it wasn't taught. And so you're learning to speak up for yourself, okay? You've also got money. So this goes down into that root chakra. This is about your sense of security with abundance. And what I can see is that you are really opening up to new possibilities, things that you thought before you didn't have access to because for whatever reason you thought that you didn't deserve it, or you thought that you didn't have access to something, but you do. And you're also figuring out different ways, like alternative ways. So like if you're doing a business deal, or if you're doing a creative endeavor and you experienced a setback, your neurons are firing. It's like you're thinking of new and different, fresh ways to get to the next level, to get to the next point. I feel like the status quo has not been cutting it. Okay, so whatever everybody else has been trying or doing to grow and to succeed and to get that opportunity or whatever it is to reach that next level, that has not been working for you. And Divine is saying because you're on a path of figuring out new ways to do things. You're not meant to do things like everybody else. Your path is different and it's brilliant. Okay. Yeah, so that root chakra. Yes. And I see abundance resulting from this. All of these changes that you're going through of figuring out new ways and doing things in a different way and embracing that about yourself is going to lead to your abundance. Okay. All right. This is a deck where it could be about love. We'll see, but we'll just see what message comes through. All right. You've got balance and breakthrough. So I feel like there is a very deep realization that you're making about how you want to spend your energy, how you want to spend your time, where you want to direct your energy. For some of you, you're experiencing freedom from a very oppressive work situation, work environment. And I feel like it's something that you put up with for a very long time. And so Divine is saying that as you come out of that oppressive situation, give yourself time to heal from that. Because the reason why you stayed in that situation was because you didn't realize at the time that you deserved so much more. And that you were in a place of power, okay? You may not have seen that at the time, but you're beginning to really realize your power. And so, yeah, beautiful things are happening for you. Just believe that, okay? Believe that you are attracting beautiful experiences and opportunities to you. And once you start to vibrate in that space where you're like, yeah, I do deserve this, you know, then you're going to attract a different type of energy to you. Okay. Yeah. I feel like people have different resting places as far as their overall energy is concerned. And I feel like your overall energy is really very beautiful. It's just that you've been convinced in some situations that you deserved less than what you truly deserve. And so it's a very powerful experience to start to awaken to the idea that, oh my God, yeah, I do deserve all this beautiful stuff in life and these beautiful vibes and healthy connections, and what you thought was your norm really wasn't. It's just what was handed to you in your family life, and in romantic connections, and you didn't get what you deserved, but you're manifesting those beautiful things now and those beautiful connections. So know that you deserve them. All right, let's see. Okay, one flipped. We're gonna see where, is that one? Yep, just one. Where you've been and where you're going. Okay, all right, so that's our 3 for that, and then where you're going for group 1. Okay, let's see. There was a few there. Spirit's like, we have a lot to say. Okay, so for where you've been, you have Knight of Wands in reverse. Yeah, you were attracting, or sorry, 8 of Wands. Oh, that looked like Knight of Wands. Okay, so I feel like there was a lot of, yeah, I'm seeing a correlation between those two, Knight of Wands and 8 of Wands. It's like there was a lot of communication that you have been experiencing, but because it was in reverse, it felt like negative attention that you were getting. It felt like all the communication that you didn't want. You know, it's like when people would attempt to connect with you, it just felt like a bother, a chore. And you're going through a phase now where you're setting boundaries, you're realizing your worth, that you deserve to be able to set boundaries and to say, no, you're not going to have my energy, or no, my energy is not up for grabs, or no, it is not okay to speak to me in that way or that manner or whatever. So you're really putting your foot down and you're saying, I know what I deserve now. And even if I don't know, I'm figuring it out. Okay, so it is a process. Let's see, you've got, 8 of Cups. So yeah, I feel like this low vibe energy that was sort of creeping its way into your life, it made you feel like you wanted to leave certain relationships. And Divine is saying that it's okay, because sometimes separation is what's needed between two people. You know, if you're feeling held back, if you're not making the progress that you want to make, and if it's not a healthy situation for you, that's the most important thing. If it's bad for your well-being, then you need to go. So you might sometimes feel like, oh, I should have made this work out, or I wish this had panned out differently, but you don't have to regret anything, because you were supposed to let it go. Okay? And that's what you're doing, is you're letting it go. You also got 5 of Swords. I feel like there was a lot of conflict. There was a lot of competition in your relationships. But this is something that was allowed, okay, by your soul, for you to experience this conflict, because conflict is what inspires you to work for something better, or to achieve something better, to attract something that is healthier for you, something that will allow more peace in your life. Okay, so those things that you've been giving up, it's a good thing that you've given them up. Okay, all right, now for where you're going, you've got Page of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like there's this, and 3 of Pentacles. Okay, Emperor. Yes, okay, so that Emperor energy is what's available to you. You're able to tap into your strength and stability. The conflict is that sometimes you feel like you just don't have what it takes to get to that next step, to get to that next level of manifestation. But Divine is saying that with this 3 of Pentacles, that is something that will support you to your Emperor energy to get there, because that 3 of Pentacles is about collaboration. So you might sometimes feel like you want to avoid people, and that's understandable, because, you know, when there are people involved, there's conflict, right? But there is also a reward for you as you open up to healthy connections. And as you manifest these healthy connections, whether it's with your work or with your love life, which I saw that before with that power of attraction, okay? It's something that's going to benefit your well-being. So Divine is saying that it is safe to open up to these healthy, positive connections, okay? That's going to help you lead to that stability that you want. You've also got Knight of Swords, and so this leads to the Judgment card, and Judgment is about opening up and being completely free with who you are. Opening up to new possibilities, allowing yourself to just flow, and not feeling like you're responsible, and or not that you're not responsible, but not feeling like you have to hold yourself responsible for everybody else's duties and what needs to be done. You're giving yourself the space to just be you. And I feel like that's something that sometimes you felt that you couldn't do, was just be you. But you're opening up to that energy now where you're saying, you know what? And it's happening quickly. That's why you've got that Knight of Swords there. It's happening quickly. So I feel like there's a big situation that's coming up, and it's going to test you as far as your trust in yourself. It might be a situation where you are opening up to a new opportunity with your money or with a connection. I feel like it's going to involve collaboration though. So it's either going to be a romantic relationship or collaboration with your work. But if you open up to it, it will be a very positive thing for you. Okay? All right. That's beautiful. Okay. So let's see what spirit animal is coming to you. Oh, the Phoenix. Look at that. Yes, Ashe. That is about faith in yourself, transition, and spiritual awareness. You are being guided to remove what no longer serves you from your life. Turn your ideas into action and they will transcend beyond your expectations. I saw that there. I feel like there's a big opportunity coming up with that Judgment card. And it's going to come in quickly. And it might feel a little bit like, oh, am I ready for this? It might shake you just a little bit as far as asking yourself, can I do this? But I want you to answer that question immediately and say, yes, I can. Okay, don't doubt yourself. All right, so as you detach from what no longer serves you, doors of opportunity will begin to open and something magnificent will emerge. I'm telling you, it's going to be really, really good what's coming to you. It's like a huge opportunity that is going to have you, I mean, it's that Phoenix energy where it's like you have renewed yourself. You've got the Judgment card. That's a very similar energy of renewal. And it's going to be beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. All right. I hope that this reading was helpful to you. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I wish you peace, joy, and many blessings. Take care. Hello, group 2. Okay, so first I want to mention the crystal that you selected, which is Snowflake Obsidian, and this is a pyramid. So this is all about transmuting negative energy into something that works for you. So taking the negative and transforming it into something positive for you. And so that's where you are in your path right now, is you're learning how to take the negative, and you are, what I'm getting is that you're a very insightful person, and so you are looking at your past experiences and you're saying, okay, this didn't work for me. How can I switch this up? How can I start to do this differently so that I'm not in the same situation? So this is a huge time of change for you. So we're going to take a look and see what overall message Divine is bringing through for you right now with your shadow work and your healing journey. You've got restore and replenish. You're realizing that you deserve to take your time. You deserve to be able to rest, and there's something so valuable about just putting everything on pause, just so that you can take a nap, or just so that you can have a day or a weekend or week or whatever to yourself. And I feel like you may be making choices that are very, they might feel like it's a big deal, right? Because you want to have time in your schedule to restore and replenish your energy. So I feel like you might be making some significant changes to your schedule. Stay encouraged about that, because that's a really wonderful thing to do for yourself that helps you to love yourself more. Of course, society is going to make you, or try to make you feel like that's being selfish, but it's not at all. Okay, you're doing the right thing. All right, it says focus on the light. And this is funny because we're talking about shadow work. But what I see here is that she's in the darkness, right? But it's about realizing the beauty of both the darkness and the light on your path. And finding beauty in where you are right now, while also understanding that that's not where you're going to remain. So where you are right now is just a snippet, okay, of your entire life. It's just a very, very, very small part of your life. Because when you look at all the experiences, all the days that you're going to live, right now what you're feeling, it's definitely not what you're going to be feeling a year from now or 5 years from now. Because you're always growing, you're always improving, and you're always learning more about yourself and ways to make yourself feel good and to be happy. So respect where you are right now, and also absolutely be grateful, grateful, grateful for every single thing around you that you consider a blessing or that you have worked for and have earned. Enjoy all of those things, but know that even the pleasure that you feel right now, it cannot compare to the pleasure that you're going to feel next year this time or 5 years down the road, okay? All right, you've got big, bold vision. I feel like literally that's how it came out, right? You've got big, bold vision. Okay, so you have a very big, bold vision. And you might feel sometimes that because of the things you've been told in your life that you could not accomplish the things that you hold so dear to your heart. Divine is saying that there have been lies that have been told to you as far as the limitations that you have, or as far as, you know, what you can and can't do. Those are things that, honestly, it was said out of insecurity on the part of the person who said it. So those comments that have been made to you that linger in your mind, that came from someone else's dysfunction, okay? So please don't carry those with you. Process it, do what you need to do. That's a part of the shadow work, you know. If you need to burn some, you know, write something out and then burn it, or flush it down the toilet, like whatever you need to do to let some things go. Sometimes it's a conversation that you need to have with someone. Sometimes it's a letter that you need to write, but process that anger so that you're able to then distance yourself from that experience and say, I respect that situation and how I grew from it, but I'm ready to move on, okay? But yes, you've got big, bold vision, and you're doing big things, and you deserve big dreams. You deserve big dreams. All right, did I get all of those? Yep, that was it. Restore and replenish, big, bold vision, and focus on the light. Ashe. Okay, so now let's take a look at your chakras and see what message Divine has about your energy centers as it relates to your shadow work. Personal boundaries. So yeah, and what stands out to me right now is authenticity. You may have been feeling like you needed to present yourself in a different way to someone because you wanted to make sure that you it's really to protect yourself from suffering, because if you feel like someone is going to reject you or just be rude or, you know, demonstrate ignorant behavior and get into some nonsense, that's really what you want to avoid, right? So sometimes you may have presented yourself in a way that wasn't completely authentic. Here's the thing. Sometimes masking is something that we're able to do to just simply make our lives easier. And then you're able to still feel like, okay, this is the you that I'm showing you, but I know who I am and I love who I am. But I'm also aware that this is why I'm masking right now. Sometimes that's a thing. And you know, if you've done that, it's a way to protect yourself, right? But Divine is just saying to be as authentic as you possibly can, and to not criticize yourself for any time that you have masked in order to survive or to make life a little easier, because sometimes we do that, okay? The key here is awareness. If you're aware of the masking, then that's the number one most important thing. Also, the fact that this is with the solar plexus and it's pertaining to your personal boundaries. So divine is saying to really make sure that if you feel disrespected, if you feel like someone is taking too much of your energy or has access to too much of your energy, make sure that you do what you need to do, say what you need to say, you know, switch your schedule up, whatever you need to do in order to make those boundaries clear, that your energy is not up for grabs. So be confident in doing that. And divine is saying that you deserve to be assertive, okay? So you can speak up for yourself and know that you deserve that. I'm going to pull from a deck that it may come through as a love message, it may not. We'll see how the deck speaks and what message this is. Okay, so you've got the cycles, change, and completion card. So this is a butterfly. This is all about your change and transformation, but divine is saying that you have completed a cycle, and it's time for you to recognize that and to give yourself credit for that. I feel like there's something that you may have thought had some loose ends, or like something needed to be done, and divine is saying you have passed the test. You have gone to the next level. You just aren't giving yourself credit for that. So know that a particularly tough time, you've handled it well, and you have earned the freedom to move forward because you've done the learning and the growing that you needed to from that. I feel like for some of you this was a tough connection, a tough relationship that perhaps came to an end, and you may be feeling guilty about the way something happened or something that was said. But if that's the case, you have done what you needed to do. Like, it's nothing to carry any longer, okay? It's not a burden that you need to carry any longer. I love that. Oh, I love messages like that. Sometimes I get messages like that from Spirit. I'm like, oh, shame. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look to see where you've been and where you're going. This is where you've been for group 2. And where you're going. Okay, so for where you've been, you've got, oh, lots in reverse. So I know there were some tough times, okay? So you've got 6 of Cups in reverse. I feel like there were a lot of heavy memories that you were reliving or reflecting on, but it brought a lot of pain, a lot of memories from your past, okay? So these could be traumatic experiences that kept recurring through dreams, or maybe just flashbacks. And so this is a result of the very trying, difficult, excruciating experiences that you made it through. And so that's what comes to mind now, is you made it through. And that's the beauty in that, is that you are here, okay? But I feel like a lot of negative, heavy experiences from your past were weighing on you. 4 of Wands. Yeah, so I feel like this was a union that went south. It went in a direction that you did not want, right? But here's the thing, depending on what perspective you see things from, depending on how you view the situation, your south could become your north. Okay, so you can flip it. And so you are really taking ownership of anything that you experienced that you can learn from and that you can better yourself from. And I feel like you're in a process of forgiving both yourself and someone else. I feel like for some of you, this is a marriage that did not work out. I feel like for some of you, this is a friendship or a family connection that has been, what I'm getting is it literally feels like it was turned upside down. It was like there may have been a sudden change of behavior in a person, or perhaps it was your realization of this person and who they really are. It felt sudden to you, but you're learning and you're growing from this, okay? You've also got the Strength card in reverse. I feel like you have questioned your strength. You have asked yourself, do I have what it takes to just go to the next thing, you know, go to the next part of my day? And it's been weighing on you, some of these memories from your past. But you do have strength, and you're realizing that each day because you're growing stronger and stronger. And you're realizing that a lot of the things you've doubted about yourself, you didn't need to doubt. Okay, that's one way that you're realizing your strength. You're understanding that you have been so much stronger than you gave yourself credit for. All right, now for where you're going, you've got 3 of Wands, so lots of confidence is coming to you. This is a result of the work you've been doing, the healing work and the love that you've been giving yourself. You're gaining confidence. And I feel like you've been planning some things, and you're going to move to the next level with this planning. This could be for another business, or like you're pivoting, you're sort of changing directions with your creativity and your job, your way of earning money. And you're doing things differently, and that's a result of your confidence that you're gaining. And it's because of those quote-unquote mistakes that you've made that how would you have learned without those experiences? So when you look back at the things that you consider to be mistakes, just know that that's how you got your wisdom. And so there's no need to regret it. You've got Knight of Pentacles, which is growth and abundance that is steady. But it might not feel like it's like at the pace that you want, right? But the thing is that it's steady. And so this is a beautiful opportunity to experience patience, but also something that is sustainable. Okay, so you might have to wait for some things to manifest. That's going to develop patience in you, which is such a beautiful thing that we all need on our path, right? And the benefit to being patient on your path of abundance right now is that you're manifesting things that will last. Is it for eternity? I feel like there are some things that you are getting set in order, you're setting up, that will produce generational wealth. And so this is for your children and for their children. And this is not only for financial abundance, but this is for your legacy, your name, who you are, what you are creating, and the stamp that you're leaving on this earth. So in a way, what you are doing is for eternity. It is to last for eternity. From a very practical standpoint, I see it as being something that's sustainable for years to come, okay? Okay, so you've also got the Chariot. And so you're going to be on fire, like you are moving forward. It's about determination. It's about focusing on where you want to be, but also not losing sight of how beautiful it is, like where you are right now. You know, it's a balance. It's a balance. Because as you focus on where you want to be, that's where you're going to start to vibrate. You're going to start to feel like you already have the things that you want to manifest, okay? So, you know, we talk in spirituality about the present, and that is so important to value this present moment, to be here, to just be here, right? But it's also a healthy thing to visualize where you want to be. And what you'll find is that when you balance the two, where you are and where you want to be, you start to vibrate where you want to be just all the time. And then you're going to start attracting more of those things that you want to manifest. So the key really is balance. Loving where you are, but also falling in love with where you want to be as well, okay? And appreciating the two. Okay, so I am going to pull a spirit animal card. Let's see what spirit animal energy is coming to you to support you. Oh, Ashe, you've got the bee. So creativity, cooperation, and productivity. And I do see that, like with that Chariot card, you're moving forward with your creativity. You're moving forward with all of the things that you have wanted for yourself. Not what you've been told to want, but what you truly want. All right, it says you are being guided to change something in your life. Become inspired, follow your heart, and creatively build your future with today's decisions. Oh my gosh, that's what we were just talking about. So yeah, what did it say? Okay, creatively build your future with today's decisions. So because you're already thinking about where you want to be, you're making decisions that are naturally going to manifest what you want. So loving where you are, appreciating that, expressing gratitude for that, but then also, I haven't forgotten, I want this, so I'm already feeling that. I'm already feeling that vibe of where I want to be. And then you're going to truly attract it. You have no limitations, and there are no boundaries to your capabilities. Let me read that again. You have no limitations, and there are no boundaries to your capabilities. Ashe. Any assistance that you need will always be found. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. I hope that this reading was helpful to you. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I wish you peace, joy, and many blessings. Take care. Hello, group 3. All right. So before we get started, I want to mention the crystal that you selected for group 3. This is Satin Spar, and it is a wonderful crystal to use for cleansing the energy around you or the space around you, or cleansing other crystals. And so what your soul is drawing you to at this time is anything that will boost the frequency of the space around you, of your environment, in your home. Do things that you love. Have things around you that make you feel good. It could be a certain type of music that you like to listen to. It doesn't have to be meditative. Mantras are amazing because they're magic, and healing sound frequencies. But even if you just have a playlist of regular music, whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be meditative. You can just vibe to something that really boosts your mood, and that's going to have the same impact as this type of crystal. And then also, of course, burning incense and just doing things that make you feel good. Okay, if it makes you feel good, go with it. That's what Spirit's saying. Make sure it's also healthy for your well-being, you know, because there are some things that make us feel good right in the moment, but then 24 hours later, you're like, what the hell? What did I do? And why? So, yeah, make sure you're supporting your well-being as well, because you deserve that, okay? You deserve to have things around you and in your life that support your well-being. Okay, Okay. So for your overall energy, you've got legacy of light. That's what you're creating. So what I see is that there has been a lot of ancestral trauma and pain that you have experienced. And I mean, honestly, you could talk to most people on the face of this earth, and they would have so many skeletons in their closet, so many experiences that they have heard about in their family that were so, you know, it was dysfunction, it was this, it was that. But the thing about it is that even though a lot of us are aware of this trauma, a lot of people are not in a place where they're ready and they're willing to do the work to heal that energy, right? Because when you heal yourself, you are also radiating positive healing energy to your ancestral lineage, your ancestors as well. But Divine is saying that what you're doing is you're also creating a beautiful legacy for if you have children, for your children. And for some of you, you're going to have spiritual children where it's like you will connect with other souls, where you will sort of take them under your wing. And so by creating the legacy, the beautiful legacy that you are creating by doing the healing work that you're doing, you are also imparting beautiful healing rays of light to other people, this consciousness that you are bringing people into, this awareness. And it's not by force, it's just by you radiating beautiful light. That's the best thing about it. You're not forcing any of this. It's just by you being your marvelous self. A lot of people are going to be inspired by you, and they're going to feel your healing energy. Okay, so you don't have to work really hard for this. You have to work on yourself. But what I'm saying is that to make this beautiful impact on other people that you want to make, you don't have to work hard for that. People are just going to be inspired by you. Okay, so you just be you. Yeah, you just be you. All right, let's see how your chakras are being impacted by your healing path and the shadow work that you're doing. All right, you've got emotional balance. So this is through the heart chakra. Oh, yep, and you've got heart chakra. So that's big for you right now, is this sense of balance and also of peace. I feel like you are realizing that you deserve peace because you did not necessarily, what I'm seeing is that as you were growing up, your home life was not conducive to a very peaceful state of mind. And so there were times where you felt so shaken. And yeah, you're opening up to receive peace in those places of your heart where you before felt whether it was neglect or rejection or hurt, pain, whatever wounds it was that you were, whatever wound it was that you were feeling and carrying with you for so long, you're experiencing healing. Okay, you're opening up to healing energy. And Divine is saying that that's when you cry, because you're cleansing. It's like a very deep level of energetic purification that you're experiencing, where a lot of the hurt that was lodged into your heart chakra, it is being purified. Your heart's being purified. And it's like, it's almost like getting a transfusion, because it's going to bring new life into you, this healing that you're opening up to. And just saying to yourself every day that you deserve love is going to be very impactful for you, okay? You've also got divine consciousness. So this healing work that you're doing is extending up to your crown chakra, okay? All throughout your body, all throughout your body. And this is ultimately leading to your heightened psychic awareness and your connection to your soul It's like, wow. Wow. Expansion. Yeah. And also what I see there is oneness. So some of the things you've held on to, the hurt, the pain, the anger, you're going to find that that is being released, and it's being transmuted into a sense of oneness that you feel with people around you, where it's like you still have boundaries, but you're like, I understand. I feel there's a really beautiful empathy that you have. And I feel like your the empathy that you show towards people, before it felt like weakness, because you were in relationships and connections that did not promote your well-being. There was no respect there, but yet you felt empathetic towards people because that's your gift, right? But now you're learning how to use that empathy in a healthy way, and you're learning how to balance it with your boundaries and saying, you can't just have at my energy just because I can feel your pain. You know what I'm saying? You're drawing your line in the sand, and you're saying, I know what I deserve. And if you can't offer me that, I don't know why we're here. You know, it's like, let's move along. And sometimes just projecting that energy is enough to really put people on notice and let them know, look, I'm not going to entertain anything less than what I deserve. I'm going to pull from this deck. Sometimes love comes through. We'll see what message comes through with this. For group 3, it's this one. Self-worth and expectations. So I feel like regarding your love connections, you are really putting your self-worth first, whereas before you put your expectations of other people first. And when your expectations were not met, or when a person mistreated you, when you hoped that they, of course we all hope that someone treats us well, but when it doesn't go that way, I feel like this was devastating to you in the past. Now you're saying, you know what? That self-worth is always going to come first now. And so while you have expectations of other people, when they're not met, you don't allow that to stop the show for you. You are able to still be grounded in your own energy. And you're still aware of your self-worth. Okay? So there's a healthy balance there now, and that's going to attract much healthier partners. All right, I'm going to lay a spread for where you've been. So let's get a read on that. And then we're going to see where you're going. Where you've been and where you're going. It's that top one. Ashe. Alright. And where you're going. Ooh, you're literally going somewhere. You got 6 of Swords. Yeah, you're literally going somewhere. You're making moves. Okay. I'm going to take a look at all of these. I feel like that's what we need to do. For your, where you've been, you've got the Star, the Moon, and Queen of Swords reversed. So with the Star and the Moon, it's like this hidden talent, this hidden gift that you have. The Star is indicative of this just beautiful energy that you radiate that other people want to see. But there's something about your gifts and your talents that people really will love that you have felt like you wanted to keep hidden with that moon card. But Divine is saying that that's sort of the mind's way of tricking you into thinking that you need to stay where you are and be safe and not take any risks. So the shadow aspect here is literally removing the shadow and allowing the things that are so incredibly, it's a talent, it's a gift that you have, and it's so incredibly beautiful. And not having those things about yourself be hidden any longer, but revealing it. Okay. All right. And then you've also got Queen of Swords in reverse. So I feel like there was a decision that you made that was based on your wanting to hide this gift or this thing about you that you love and that you are so passionate about. There was a decision that you made where it wasn't out of assertiveness, it was out of fear, because that Queen of Swords was in reverse. So there may have been some fear that impacted your decision about a choice in your past. I see it particularly as something with a talent or skill or a way that you go about your creative endeavors, okay? For where you're going, you've literally got Six of Swords. So I feel like you're either moving. Okay, you might be considering moving to another location, and this might not be right now. It might be something that you're planning for later in your life. But I do see you not staying where you are. I see you changing locations. With this Page of Swords and this Eight of Cups, I feel like there's some uncertainty going on with a love connection. I feel like there might be some feelings of distrust or just thinking that maybe, you know, checking up on somebody. Okay, checking up on somebody. With the Eight of Cups, I feel like there are thoughts of leaving an emotional connection. I feel like this could be you. And it may be something that you're considering doing because you want to focus on your healing, and you might be seeing some of those shadows, those shadow aspects that you're realizing about yourself, and you're understanding on a deeper level that has impacted your connection, your love connection. And so you just want to kind of take a step back. It's okay to slow down. It's okay to focus on yourself. Okay, you have to take your time, and the effort that you put into healing yourself is going to be so beneficial to you. Okay, so it's going to be worth it. You've got Queen of Wands and Queen of Swords in reverse again. So Divine is saying that it's really important for you to walk in your confidence and to really not care what other people have to say. It's just like you just know that you are that one, okay? And that you've got it. You know it. You know it. And when you doubt it, you remind yourself, I'm that one and I've got this. You know, like, you have to be very aware of the soundtrack that you're playing in your mind. What messages are you telling yourself, right? So what are you telling yourself throughout the day? What thoughts are you allowing to bounce around in your head, you know? Because I see a pattern here where it's like sometimes making choices that you regret, right? Because that Queen of Swords is in reverse. So I feel like there's a lot of doubt that you're having right now about a decision that you're making, a direction that you're headed in. I feel like this is related to that Six of Swords where you're asking yourself, what am I doing? Where am I going here? You know? And so you might be doubting that, but you've got the Fool. And so the healing work that you have been doing, it has brought you to a place of trying something new, of moving in a direction. Look, this Queen of Swords is reversed, but guess what? With this Fool card, we're heading in a new direction that is so beautiful for you. It's so beautiful. It's so genuine. And Divine is saying that all you have to do is trust yourself and be willing to reveal those things about yourself that are so beautiful, but you've hidden them because you've been told somewhere down the line that it wasn't what was right, or it wasn't this, or it wasn't that. And those are lies. Because you have so many beautiful things about you, so many beautiful things about you that you can share and that will inspire other people. Okay. All right. So we're going to close with a spirit animal card. That was quick. All right. You've got the ram. So I don't know. I'm sensing at least fire energy, because this is, you know, Aries energy coming through. But yeah. It's indicating fire as well, because you've got that Queen of Wands. So Divine is saying confidence. Yes, that's with Aries. Yes, so confidence. And Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So you've got that Fool card. You're starting something new. So have confidence as you do that, okay? All right, so you've got courage, strength, and you're a pioneer. You're being guided to follow your heart and find the joy, intrigue, and enthusiasm for life. Look beyond the tried and true, okay? So don't be afraid to try new things. You're on your own unique journey. There is no mountain too high or rugged for you. Forge ahead with stamina, determination, and self-love. Ashe, I love that message. All right, I hope that this reading was helpful for you. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And